Judge gives father warning. Grow up for your kid's sake. Let's check out this video.
And all that other stuff.
On Smith, and Ms. Hagler, well, please, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
All right, so Mr. Smith, you're before the court on 2022 CR 00951 for Diversity DeQuez Smith. My understanding is this case, along with 2023 CR 0374843, that's 2023 CR 03743 and 2024 CR 03387. Those three cases named will be null prossed in their entirety under an agreement between your attorney and the state. The remaining case is 2024 CR 03384. I don't have that listed on my calendar, so I don't know what that case entails. So somebody fill me in on what charges are on that case.
Yes, Sharon, that is a theft by receiving stolen property.
All right. What does your client plead to theft by receiving?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Theft by receiving stolen property. So someone gave him this or he stole this? Because at first I thought he stole it, but that's a question. If somebody can tell me in the comments, am I right? Did he steal this or did someone give it to him? That's a,
All right. Factual basis, please, and recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. On or about July 8th of 2023, Officer D. Montano responded regarding the theft of two black blowers that had been stolen.
Two black what?
Blowers, BLOWERS, blowers.
I think leaf blowers, Judge.
Oh, okay.
When the officer arrived on the scene, he made contact with the complainant, Mark Talinsky, who stated that earlier that morning, his two gas-powered blowers were stolen from his work truck. According to Mark Talinsky, he stated that his workers observed a black male take the two blowers out of the truck and get into a black pickup truck. At this time, the state's offer is going to be a fine of $400, and the defendant is to not have any contact with the victim.
All right. Mr. Lynch.
Your Honor, we would the court accept the negotiated plea in this case.
Yes, Mr. Laguda, that's fine. Mr. Smith, I feel like I'm failing you because I feel like I should be giving you plenty of time on all these cases because you don't get that you just can't keep racking up offenses, racking up.
He thinks it's a game. And it's not a game because she not playing with you. One of these times you gonna end up in jail. You gonna I don't care. 99% of the people doing crime don't want to go to jail. But that's where you gonna end up because you are not good at stealing and at being a criminal.
Offenses like it's nothing, like the court is something to play with, like people's lives are something to play with. But the fact that man didn't have the ability to do his job because two of his two pieces of essential equipment had been stolen, that means you're taking food out of his mouth. That means you're taking food out of the mouths of his children and the people who work for him. All because you too lazy and trifling to get your own job and do what you need to do.
Let me just say this. Unless you own a landscaping company yourself, sir, or anybody thinking about doing something this silly, what you gonna do? You gonna sell them to the pawn shop for pennies on a dollar? Huh? you gonna have a harder time selling those leaf blowers than you would just going out getting a job, or maybe getting a job from this dude that you stole the leaf blowers from. I don't know.
I don't care. Mr. Lynch can tell you, well, I just need you to be calm and stand there and take it. I don't care what you do, really. Act up and you'll get another charge. But what I'm telling you is, it's past time for you doing stupid stuff. It's past time. You got 4 cases in front of me. It's like you were just racking them up. Oh, it's time to get another case in front of Judge Hayward. Time to get another case in front of Judge Hayward. When you going to get your life together, sir? Let's
Good
ask
question.
that question. How old are you? You old for this kind of foolishness. This is kid stuff. This is 19, 20, 22, 23, where I'm stupid and goofy and I don't know what I'm doing and I haven't grown into myself yet. But you in your 30s, where you're supposed to be establishing yourself as a man, not somebody
You in
who's
your
always getting
30s,
over
you should
on
have a
somebody.
job, a steady job. And we need to stop pacifying these dudes, man. We need to stop pacifying these dudes. I couldn't be his lawyer, because how do you defend this? How do you defend this? How do you defend this? How do you constantly defend men and people that do stuff like this? That couldn't be my job. It couldn't be my job. You couldn't pay me enough to do that job. And you couldn't pay me enough to sit up in this courtroom and let this judge talk to me like I was 12 years old. But you know what? That's what's going to happen.
Imagine if you had a job, you owned a business, and somebody took the essential equipment for your business, and you couldn't work and you couldn't earn a living, and money that you anticipated coming into your pocket, they took from you. Imagine that. But instead, you out here, well, I don't care what happens to somebody else. I'm gonna rack up my accounts. It's horrible. That's not what men do. That's what little boys do.
No, sir.
They take from
no,
other
sir.
people.
That's not what
they
men
play with
do.
other people's livelihood. They rack up criminal charges like it's nothing. And now they're asking me to go ahead and give you a $400 fine.
A slap on the wrist. They asking her to give you a slap on the wrist. That's why I said I couldn't. We gotta stop pacifying these dudes. So I'm glad she bringing the heat, because he needs to hear this.
And you're to have no contact with the individual whose property was taken. And there are no pros in these 3 other cases, one of which was a battery case. Like, something is wrong. Maybe I'm not doing something.
No, it's not you.
You should have had a motion to revoke
not you,
bond
Judge.
as soon as you got the second case. We should have snatched your bond, and that would have prevented you from having the third and the fourth case. That man would probably still have his property. So here's the thing, Mr. Smith, and you have a very recognizable name, Mr. DeVarsity Smith. The next time a misdemeanor is committed in Clayton County and it has your name on it, guess who you're going to see? Me. And I will remember you. You can ask anybody who works with me. I've been doing this for 10 years. And if I text the clerk and say, hey, haven't I seen this person before? And they come back with, yeah, Judge, they were here 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I will remember. So, Mr. Smith, this is your opportunity to straighten up and fly right. Okay? Can you start making some better choices for your life? Do you have kids?
Good Lord, man, hold on, man, you a grown ass man. This judge is talking to you and having to give you a pep talk like you, a teenager. You 32 years old. This ain't just for him. This is for other men. Okay? This is for other men. This is for other men and younger men who might watch this. Who wants to have to go through this? Look at the attorney here. Just watch him and see he like, man, I gotta listen to this. It's because of him. It's because of him. This grown ass man with kids out here stealing leaf blowers.
So you raising them to come into the system is what you tell them. You want to see them in an orange jumpsuit right about the time I'm ready to retire, is what you're saying.
No,
okay, but it's okay for you to commit crimes and be out here wilding, but you are acting like you want to raise your children, your 2 boys, to be stand-up men. Because kids don't do what you tell them. Don't work that way. They do what you show them. Yes. So you showing them, it's all right to be out here
all day long,
as opposed to showing them what a man looks like. Somebody who holds down a job, provides for their children, makes sure they have. Men take their kids on vacation. They're there when the kids are sick. They're there to go to the school conferences. That's dad behavior, not baby daddy behavior. You can't do dad behavior if you in and out of jail, if you picking up charges left and right. If the next time I see you, I'm going to revoke the balance of whatever time you got because you playing with me. We clear? How old are your sons?
7 and 8.
How are they doing in school?
Good boy. On the roll.
Have you met their teachers?
No.
That's a no, because you're not an involved dad. So the only reason they're good boys is because their mom is making them a good boy. You out here.
The only reason why they're good boys is because their mom is making them good boys. I agree. But their mom can't teach them to be a man. That's you. But you can't teach them to be a man if you aren't one, sir.
In your chest about how you got sons. Ooh, I got sons. But you're not out here making sure those sons grow up to be men. Because you're not participating. You're a baby daddy. You're not a dad. You're not the person that if something happens, the school's going to call. You're probably not even on the emergency contact list.
Nope, they don't know you.
So, sir, condoms are cheaper than child support or child care. So before you have another child, remember that. And second of all, stop bringing kids into the world that you just going to have a passing glance at them. You're going to catch a glimpse of them every now and again, and you're going to take credit for what their mama is doing for them. I love the stories about the dad who, he's sitting in a bar talking about, yeah, that's my son. That running back is my son. Or, yeah, that doctor who, was at the hospital performed that surgery. That's my son. And you had nothing to do with it. Not one thing other than you didn't use a condom one night. So if you're going to have good boys, if they're going to continue to be good until they become men, you're going to have to change. And if you can't have respect for their mother and treat her with respect and make sure she has what she needs to help them financially and emotionally, then they're going to remember how you treated their mom. We're clear? All right, so think about these things when you're paying this $400 fine. Think about how when you take from somebody else, you deprive their children of livelihood. Think about how you would feel if somebody was taking food out of your children's mouths. Well, in fact, think about it. Think about what you're contributing to your children. Are you a dad or are you a baby daddy? Are you financially supporting them? Are you emotionally supporting them? Do their teachers know you? If something happened at the school and they couldn't reach the mom, are they You gonna be the next call. My husband, he's the first call. Cause I might be in court. He is the first call. He's out there on the football field with them because they're playing youth football. He's out there giving the benefit of his experience because he's been trained as a coach. So he's out making sure. But you just being a baby daddy, racking up charges at 32 years old. Get it together, man. We got enough of people who being baby daddies in the world. Let's be dads. Get it together. All right. So
Get it together.
Accept your plea. So does this come probation or just a $400 fine and 60 days to pay? What's going on with that?
Judge, my understanding was just a $400 fine and 60 days to pay. That was my interpretation.
All right. So, Mr. Smith, Mr. Lynch, and Ms. Hagler, this is sufficient. But I know that unless you take my words to heart, you'll be back, and I'll be waiting. So, $400 fine. Excuse me. That's going to be about $600 with the surcharges. And you're to have no contact with the victim in this case, and you'll have 60 days in which to pay the fines and fees. The no contact provision will be for the remainder of the 12 months. All right.
Yeah, and I'm probably taking the over on this, or because I don't think I just don't think that he's going to straighten up. He didn't sound too convincing, and he got a sweet deal. He got a sweet deal. No probation, or just pay the fine for basically stealing somebody's property, and that's it. He's 32 years old. He's done this type of stuff before. So yeah, I don't see him straightening up and flying around. I'm sorry, I don't see him doing that. But this is a lesson to other men, to other young men, to men with sons. It's not what you say, it's what you do. Children learn from observation, imitation, and repetition. He's showing them how. He's got two sons. He's showing them. Hey, they're probably hearing about what he's doing. One of them more than likely might repeat what he's doing, unless he stops or somebody else gets in their lives and make sure that they don't do this. And to me, honestly, I don't think he's gonna stop. He don't. He just. The deal was too sweet. He honestly, say what you want to about me. He probably needs to spend some time in jail. Because you would rather take chances on going to jail, where in jail or in prison, the wages start at 26 cents. And the highest paying job is $1.05. But instead, that's what you're going for. That's the wages. But out here in the real world, you could probably get a job, I don't know, starting at $15 an hour, or maybe even more, $16, $17, $8 to $20 an hour. But that's not enough for you. That's not enough for you. Hell, you got two sons, you could have two jobs. But that's not enough for you. But if you got in prison, you will want that $1 an hour job. But out here, you don't want to work for the 20-hour job. And you know how I know that? Because I got a brother just like you. Just like you. Just like you. Just like you. Locked up in prison right now. Working for that dollar, that top pay, that $1 an hour job. That's how I know. That's how I know. And whether and how, it don't matter how much you love your family. If they not gonna listen, they not gonna listen. And sometimes they need to go to jail. They need to go to prison to understand what it is that everybody's been trying to tell them. Because it's bought knowledge and it's taught knowledge. Either you're going to learn it from somebody telling it to you, like this judge tried to tell you, or you're going to go out here and you're going to pay for it with your ass. And it's going to be in somebody's jail cell. And that is this episode of Raising Karter Podcast. You got any value from this video? I want to thank to American courts for giving me this footage. And yo, if you want more content like this, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think he should go to jail? You think he got a sweet deal? You think I'm being too hard on him? I'm a sellout. I'm not down with the brothers. Let me know. And I'm out of here. Peace.